What's going on? Giving y'all a second to get up in here. Happy Labor Day. Hope you're feeling good. Hope you're feeling great on this lovely Monday. And if you ain't feeling great, I hope you're feeling even amazed. I mean, even better after that. Like I said, we're going to let some people jump up on in here. If you're liking the tunes, dig out with me. But we're going to be talking about this today. Can y'all see that? Till I see somebody pop up in here. Because I'm about to teach y'all something real good. And it can help anybody that needs some stuff. What's going on? What's going on? Y'all coming in and coming out? Y'all need some help mastering anything? Listen, this is for small content creators trying to get their content up, trying to get mastered in anything that they don't know how to do already. And let's jump into this stuff, man. We don't see a couple people jump on over on TikTok. I appreciate y'all for coming on in. We will jump into this in a second. I'm getting text messages. I left my phone on the other side, but hey, what's going on? Tyrone, how you feeling, bro? How you doing? How you doing? Welcome in. We are talking about how you can master anything. Oh, this is the swipe through. So, for anybody in my chat, I'm going to have to go get that phone. What's going on, chat? Okay. Now I see. Got to clean up. What is going on? How y'all feeling? How you living? Chat, what's up? What's up? What's up? How you feeling? How you living? And I'm saying chat like this. So listen, in a second, I'm about to get to teaching y'all what y'all need to know, but let me stand up for 1 second and go grab my phone. I'm back, y'all. So, 4 simple things to help you master fucking anything. All right? So, for people having a hard time that's been struggling, trying to make their content pop, they're trying to make life work for them, I'm going to give you 4 simple steps. So listen, I'm going to give you 4 simple steps to make you, your life, everything that you're trying to do absolutely. All right. So for most of you guys, you're sitting around, you're wondering why, damn, my content doesn't get any views. Why am I not getting any engagement? Well, just like I was doing a second ago, as an example, you're simply sitting there and you're waiting to talk to chat, right? But the best thing you can do is to have an idea, right? The best things we can always do. Hey, my sister girl done joined in. What's going on? How you feeling? I hope y'all doing good. Shout out to my sister on the bottom. They be working out and stuff, so you might catch them in the gym. But if you're trying to master anything right now, you guys, I want y'all to do these little 4 things. You need to have an idea. For most people, y'all don't even know what it is you want to do, right? So if you know exactly what it is you want to do, the rest of these things are going to be absolutely easy. But for most people, having this idea is super hard. Well, I'm going to tell you how you can make that a lot simpler. All you guys know about this AI-ish, right? You got ChatGPT. If you don't have an idea, you can workshop with your ChatGPT and get several ideas, hundreds, thousands of ideas maybe, right? And then you can move on to the second part. And I'm gonna move with colors and stuff. So just in case you guys are, hard at seeing, let me know if you can't see a color, and I'll change it up. So how many of y'all, after y'all have an idea, actually create a full-blown plan for your ideas? Let me know. This looks better on the Sony, so I know. Okay, no, you can kind of see it. I just want to make sure you guys can see this. Let me know if you can see plan. If you can't see plan, we'll fix it up. But if you don't have a plan, a structured plan, then you're not going to make anything happen. And just how you know that I know what I'm talking about, right? I actually got to meet Alex Hermosi. If you didn't know who that is, I'll show you. So most of you guys want to do this, right? So I'm going to leave this bad boy right on up here. If you're coming here, you're trying to get structured. So that part right here, this plan, is going to be absolutely important to structuring the money models, right? So I'm not here to sell you anything. This is not here as an advertisement to get you to buy absolutely anything. I just want to have a conversation with folks. It's Monday, it's a holiday, so let's have a conversation. What are you trying to succeed in, right? Because if you have no idea what that is, like I just said, you can workshop it. And if you stay in to the end, I'll just give you a free tip on ChatGPT is out the window. You need to stop using that. If that's your main source of AI and learning, throw that shit out the window. Structure yourself an absolutely good plan. What do I mean by having a good plan? I have music, right? When I started the show, you come in, you get greeted by the music. It's a nice little, vibe to step into, right? So that's a part of my plan. Whenever I start an episode, I started up where we all can connect to some light jazz, a little, upbeat tempo, but it's more about what are we going to do if we structured this plan. So for everybody that already got these two, right? I'm just gonna move this because my pens is in the way. After you get your plan done, what a lot of you guys, what I get tired of is a lot of you guys fail to do this part. Execute. How do you think, if you've seen my channel at all, any of my people that's out here watching, I'm trying to watch 3 different streams at the moment, but if any of you guys from watching my TikTok or seeing my live streams over on YouTube, you've known I've gone to several different countries in the past few months. And how did I do that? Well, it all started with an idea, right? And it's so simple that it sounds crazy, you guys. But if you have a good idea, the rest of the stuff flows down like very, very easy. So I had an idea. I wanted to go out the country. What country was that? Well, I went to Thailand. I went to Japan. I've been to Philippines. I've been several different places. But if I never had a plan, if I never, ever had a plan, then you would have never gotten to execute anything, right? And if you don't execute, it doesn't matter if you did any of these other two. Doesn't matter if you got the best idea in the world and you don't plan, it doesn't matter if you execute because you're just doing anything. That's just like walking to places and you don't know any idea why you're going there. How many of you guys in the chat right now walk around aimlessly? Put a 0 if you would never walk around aimlessly. Okay, so mostly nobody is walking around with nothing to do, right? So you have to have your idea, you have to have your plan, and then I need you guys to start executing on the plan. Because the problem with a lot of you all is that you sit around and wait. You had an idea, you didn't do anything about it though. If you have an idea today, I need you to execute today. Why are you waiting until tomorrow? Unless if it's something that happens another day, but guess what? You had to plan for it, right? So for all my people that want to get to the last part, to the number 4, to the golden goose, right? You know what? I'll even let you guys guess. What does Tom Brady do? What made Tom Brady a legend? We're on the last one. What made Tom Brady as great as he was in the time that he was? If it wasn't Tom Brady, what made Beyonce so great? Do you guys know any of the things that make people great? What do you think Muhammad Ali used to do in his free time? Well, if you don't know, because I'm not seeing anybody popping out with answers, what they did do is they sat down and they did the research. And I'm not going to say research on here. No, you just have to start reviewing. Here, I'll even put it in red because I hope y'all can see this one. And I know you guys are probably like, well, who is this guy? Why does he think he can tell me something? Well, no, I'm not. I'm just a simple guy, probably like the rest of you all. But with the knowledge that I have, which is still small, I'm pretty sure you can fill oceans with the things that I don't know. But at the same time, I've had the opportunity to go places that I'm pretty sure majority of you guys have never even fathomed setting foot in. And I don't think that I'm special. I don't think that I'm absolutely amazing. Other people will tell you that they feel like that, but no, I'm just a simple man who has this. This is the keyest part of the entire thing. Okay, if you can't see it, let me know, guys. But that plan is going to be the most crucial thing that you're going to do because, like I said, I'm a regular guy. I've been to several different countries, and just these four things are what takes me there. And again, this isn't a thing to sell you absolutely anything. I just want you guys to start doing these things because I see so many people, and that's why I have my podcast, right? I go out and I reach out to people doing amazing things with their business. Shout out to Daniel of Samba Grill. Shout out to Sarah of Savvylicious Arrangements. But I go out and find businesses that are doing well, okay? And I don't worry about the things that are going to be a problem because I already calculated how I can solve the problem with my plan. Because the whole thing when you work with somebody is to have a plan. So if you want to get to this, the fastest and best way is to just have these four things. And I moved the book before so that you can see the fourth one. But everybody that's jumping in right now, I know that you're, and for my big camera up here, because I know you can't see it. Look, you guys, if you guys want to get to this, you need to follow at least something. It is Subtober for all you streamers and stream gals out there, okay? And if you want to do anything, you have to get up and take the action. I get tired of hearing people, for example, in my life, right? I work with individuals that need some assistance. In that retrospect, they see that I have all this camera equipment. They say, oh man, I have an idea for a movie. And I say, okay, these will be my rates, but you know, what is the movie about? Let's workshop it because I already know what scenes and other things should look like. You know, understand what I'm saying? So if they have an idea, I can even help them plan it. So if you are a person that don't know what you want in this world, it's going to be hard to get through the rest of this stuff. But as soon as you have an idea, you can vocalize it, but you need to workshop it. If you don't workshop an idea and it's only an idea and you are just sitting around doing theory, and there's no point of that, my good people, because we are people that want to gain what we want, right? So for example, anybody watching right now, how do you make $5,000 in 2 days? You know what I mean? Does anybody know? And I know that's like a hard question because it's like, well, what the hell do I do to get $5,000 in 2 days? Legally, with no underhanded shady-ish, How do you get $5,000 in 2 days? Anybody? If you just got to guess, just send me one guess, and we can workshop it. Because like I said, if you got an idea, we can make a plan, and then we'll execute that biatch, and then all we gotta do is review. We just gotta play the tape back. No? Not an idea, right? Okay, let's say you're a content creator. Well, what is your content about? Who are you speaking with? What is your audience? What does your audience care about? Because it's not usually about you, right? It's about the people that you're trying to engage with. So if you're a small creator and you're watching this right now, just tap down in the screen. If you see anybody else, we'll help you to grow. But that is not what we're here to do. I'm trying to teach you how you can get this game started and get it going your damn self. So with that in mind, what is your idea, right? Because if you give me an idea, we'll plan it out, and then you got to execute it. And then all you need to do after you execute that plan is review it. It's very simple. These things are going to take you to this point. And if you want to get to this point, then just start moving. It is the 1st of September. I hope that you are setting the pace for what the rest of your month is going to be like today. Okay? If you are really real about what it is that you want in this lifetime, you are going to go out with your idea. We're going to get together. We're going to make the plan, and best believe we're going to execute on it. And for you who's watching, we're going to review it. We're going to make sure that we review the tape and become great. Because guess what? Some of the things that you didn't do, and a lot of people don't understand this. So content creation, I'm going back. If you have an idea, what is your idea about? How can you make and supplement your idea to make it better, right? That's where we get into planning. So, for example, what I would workshop for somebody who is just starting off, what is the typical TV shows that you like to watch? What is it that draws your attention from those TV shows? Best example, Stranger Things. What is this best thing about Stranger Things? Is one of the greatest shows that has come on any streaming service. It has been written, right? So many people tune in, they get trial subscriptions to Netflix just to view this one show. So what is it about that? What is it that you can dissect? Simple as day from that show. Well, it's the mystery. It's the fact that they want to find out who's doing something, even though you already know who's doing the what. They're clear as day. They're giving you exactly what you need to know to put together the puzzle pieces, but you just miss certain gaps, right? So right here, I'm giving you the foundation to do everything that you need to do to make ish happen. And believe me, if you start doing these 4 things, your life will grow exponentially. I have videos that can teach you how to start your business pretty much within 24 hours, how to understand how money flows, but none of that really matters is if it doesn't matter to you. So what is it that matters to you so much that you be willing to get up and talk to a bunch of strangers about, because that's what business really is. What will make you get up and take your idea, make a plan for it, execute it in a way that is unique to yourself? Because most plans will seem like same old stuff. There's no real original idea. It's just how you tweak it. Just like fashion, right? I'm not the greatest stylist or anything like that. I actually have a personal assistant who styles me and everything like that, right? How did I obtain a stylist? Well, believe me, I had to get an idea because it wasn't going to be me. So I was like, look, who can help me gain a little bit better version of myself? Because I don't always have all the answers. But when I don't have any answers, guess what I do? I get that idea and I make a plan. I execute on the plan and I review whether it was worth it to do this action. Now, if anybody is just popping in and popping out and they don't know whether this is worth anything, let me ask you this. If you wanted to make yourself great and you took out any of these 4 parts, would you still be great then? Right? If you go out without an idea, let's say we cover that up. I don't want to put look, we cover that up. You have no idea what you're doing, but somehow you have a plan, so that's somebody else's plan, and then you just execute on the plan and then you review it. Guess what? You're working a regular ass job. That's what you're doing. You're doing the regular 9-to-5 thing, because guess what? You didn't have a plan at all. You didn't have no idea what you were going to do. That's what getting a job is, right? And you want to be great. You want to be greater than having a job. So even if you were just getting a 9-to-5 job, what ideas can you bring to that table to make that company better? Because that will make you irreplaceable at your job. If you take out the planning and you have an idea, you just go out and you just do something, tell me how many of you folks really, like, just put it in perspective. People who you know that just go out and do shit, do you even listen to them? Do you respect what they have to do? Absolutely not. No way in the world. Because you think that they're crazy. Because guess what? They didn't plan that ish out. So it's just looking trashy. You feel what I'm saying? Dang, we were getting some good people. I hope that you guys are really learning something right here. Because after today, we're gonna go so heavy into this, it's gonna be really hard. So if you're liking this, I hope that you are. People over on TikTok, make sure you come in to my YouTube and or Rumble, because right after this, we're gonna be jumping into this, and I will be explaining how you can get and scale your business. But right now, we're talking just the basics. Just the basics. What are the 4 most simplest things that you need to succeed? Okay? There is no excuse for you not to be able to do these 4 things. Thank you, wherever that came from. That just scared me. I'm not gonna lie to you. My Twitch updates aren't coming in, so I need to go over there and look. Appreciate you though. That was Twitch. I know that was Twitch. 1 second. Bear with me, guys. Gotta check my Twitch out. Yeah, but back to what I was trying to say. Oh, it's my boy Unc. Dang, y'all. I hope y'all doing good over there, Unc. If you in here, because I couldn't even see my dashboard until right now. Who is that? That's crazy. W Unc with the biddies, dog. Okay, so and then Unc is an inspiration right here. So I'm gonna talk about Unc real fast, because Unc, I don't know if he follows these 4 things right here, but I know for sure that he wouldn't get no traction if he don't do any combination of these 4 things. Unc, if you still in the building, let me know. If you seen this joint, I got rated. Oh my God. So many things are happening and I'm not paying it. I couldn't see it. Y'all, I apologize. I apologize. Okay, so like I said though, if you don't got any combination of the 4 of these things, you are not going to make it anywhere, right? But as soon as you have an idea, even if you don't know how to plan it out, workshop that idea with people that you know are already doing things within the realm that you want to be doing it, okay? You don't talk to people that aren't doing things that you are trying to do. For example, I would not talk streamer life to people who have never thought about streaming a day in their life, because they would keep me back. If you are trying to open up a brick and mortar, I would never talk to anybody about opening up a brick and mortar who only works a 9-to-5 job and then they say, well, I don't know what you're doing for that. No, take your idea and plan it out with the right type of people. Okay, but this is why I put a star beside the plan. I don't know if it's still TikTok. Let me know if it's hard for you guys to see. The plan is going to be essential, because if you execute without the plan, you're going to be sitting there looking foolish. Once we execute, the second key, most important part is to review. And the reason why the key most important part is to review is how would you know what it is that you're making a mistake on? How are you able to engage with your community if you don't tap back in with them, if you aren't talking with them, if you aren't making this a dialogue? You get what I mean? Most of you guys think that you just jump up on the internet, start talking to thousands of people, and it's just easy. No, man, it takes a lot of dedication. Just like the gym. So if you're gonna be tapping in, I don't want my sister. She just tapped in, and I'm really proud of her because she on Medium and everything. But before we even get into all of that, I'm gonna be doing some gym vids. I was already recording myself at the gym, but now they're making me like feel like, dang, everybody's in the gym, so now I gotta tell my story with the gym because, to be honest with you guys, like I don't know if you can see it. There was a time where I was over 300 pounds, easy, over 300 pounds, way under that. But guess what? My idea was that my ass was going to get up in the gym and I was going to obtain six-pack abs, which I accomplished. But I had to create a plan, which took a lot. I didn't even diet. That's what's even more crazy. I didn't diet. I had the same horrible eating style that I had at the time of being almost 300 pounds, which is sick work. I just want you to know. I've changed myself since then. But I kept up that same diet. But guess what? I worked out twice a day, every day for 90 days. 90 days straight. And it's not just dedication. Because if you just think that you have to be dedicated to something, it has to be something behind you, pushing you to really get things actually accomplished. Just saying you have motivation is very light words. Because what is the drive that puts it behind your ass to get shit done? It's not a lot of people that's going to really tell you that. Most people will be like, well, if you just listen to motivation. No, you need to have something in here that's burning a fire in your behind to get up and actually get your idea in a planning stage and then execute it. Day by day, time after time, okay? I have 3 podcasts. One I host with a lovely young lady. We're going to see each other in a month or so, but she lives in Texas. I'm in the DMV area. We put on a show every Sunday. Do you think I just get up and say, oh, I just have this to do? No, I enthusiastically want to go out and communicate with people on where they are, right? We talk about dating and relationships on that podcast, but that is not what I'm here for right now. We are talking about all the things that you need to do to make what you feel like succeed. There is nothing in the past few years that I have put in my head that I have not seen come to reality. So really what I'm teaching you right here is to how to create from nothing into something. How people make the impossible possible. How do you think that people are flying in planes today? Guess what? Some crazy ass brothers had an idea. And they had to plan step after step. But guess what? Even their plan the first time failed. So they had to go back to what's the original idea? We want to get up in the air and we want everybody to be able to fly. So they said, okay, let's go back to the idea again. Let's reformulate the plan. But guess what? They executed it too. So the failure had to happen for the plane to get up in the air. And then after it crashed that one time, well, guess what? We had to review. What can we do better this next time after we review this? This plane crashed, don't crash. How can we make the next one better? Do you think that Kai Cenat first stream went 100,000 subscribers? Do you think that even I Show Speed, who is in my area right now, if you are in the DMV area, I Show Speed is in DC right now. Do you think he had 100,000 subscribers, 100,000 people viewing him on his first stream? Absolutely not. But it becomes a snowball effect once you have these four things. And I'm not here to sell you anything, so I really hope that you're understanding the value that I'm giving you, because most people would get you to pay to tell you just that you need these four things. I've seen people ask for hundreds of dollars just to give you your own idea, to talk to you about it and tell you your own idea, give it back to you. I've seen people have to pay thousands of dollars for a structured plan for an idea they already had. So why not get 100% free information? Because I'm 100% real juice, always and always will be. Always have been and always will be. So why would you not want to get it for free when other people are going to make you pay hand over fist just to tell you what you already know? Right? Everybody here that is watching has dreams, aspirations, goals, things that they are working towards. If you don't, then we can workshop some stuff and then we can get you motivated. But it isn't hard anymore. Back to what I was talking about earlier. If you're trying to make $5,000 in 2 days, if your life depended on it, if somebody had a bomb strapped to your chest and you had to make $5,000 for them to unlock the bomb from your chest, what ways would you do it? I'll give you some thinking music. What ways would you get the bomb unstrapped from your chest so you wouldn't be dead? Or would you just die like a regular old person? Let's talk about it. What would you do to get that bomb off your chest? You got 2 days to make $5,000. What are you going to do? Okay, I'll give you a hint. 2 days to make $5,000. This is just an idea. You don't even, and you have to have zero. You have $0 to start. Again, this is the tip that you might have been waiting for, because I don't think I'm gonna be on here too much longer because I gave you all the sauce. It's just I'm gonna see if you guys will take up the challenge and actually be really about yourself and execute some shit. I don't know if anybody believes in themselves enough to do something, but guess what? The reason why you came here today is because I believe in this. Even if you don't believe in you, believe in me who believes in you to be the greatest version of yourself. All right, now, like I was saying, you need that $5,000 in 2 days. We don't use ChatGPT anymore. You would use Claude AI. Hey, Grace, if you could just tap the screen for me, appreciate you for coming in. All you have to do is go to Claude AI. With Claude, you can put in, my life is at stake. I have to make $5,000 in the next 48 hours. With that, they will give you a rundown, and you need to know what you know. See, now this is where you have the idea, right? Well, you know you got to make that $5,000 and you only got 48 hours to do it. So the fire is truly up under your ass, because if not, that bomb is strapped to your chest and it's over for you. So with that said, you go to Claude, it gives you some ideas. Tell them a little bit of background about yourself. Well, I'm only this person. I've only done this for X amount of time. I know these things. I have a passion for this. Put that stuff in there. Tell them your age, right? Say, who would this stuff relate to and what would the typical pain points be to interact with the people that are going through similar situations as myself, and how can I relate to them? Well, guess what? It'll be simple as hell. Because after they go ahead and, tell you everything that you need to know, Claude AI is going to work out the actual plan for you. And here's where you can even streamline it. Like, I don't know if you guys know about workflows. There are tools now that will do the entire work. And I'm not talking about AI agents. But the time to make money is right now. And if you wait until tomorrow, there are going to be 100 different things going to be out. But you need to focus on the one that works for you. Who are you inside? What is it that you want? And how can you get an idea and make it from just inside your head into reality? Now, if you got an idea that I can help you with, please tap in with my, you can join my YouTube for sure. Hit the comments, let me know. There's other ways, my Discord as well. And I'm just trying to make sure I'm saying everything. I don't want to hold you guys up too long. I don't know if anybody is curious to know what's inside the money models. But if you're over on TikTok, I'm actually just going to segue on over to that. Over on YouTube, YouTube and Rumble. So if you want to know all of this stuff and see when I got to meet Alex Ramosi, then mosey on over to my YouTube and we'll get into this. But if not, thank you, my good folks over on TikTok. And as always, my good people, live as long as you want, never want as long as you live, and always squeeze the best juice out of life. Hey, welcome in, brother. I'm actually about to get up out of here, but thank you for joining in. Peace. Now I'll be back on TikTok later, probably, guys. So for my folks over on YouTube, Twitch, and Rumble, we're about to get into this Money Monday. So I hope you're trying to get some dollars in your pocket. You want your money to be fat in a real way. There, make me move 2 seconds. Because today we're going to be talking about the attraction offer. How can we attract this money that we are so hard at looking for? Hey, Judge, good to meet you as well. Welcome in, welcome in. I don't know if you caught the simple things to master just about anything, but I hope that you take notes on it. And it's literally, look, I'll even move out the way one more time. It's literally have the idea. We need to make that plan, execute, and then we got to review. Hold on, let me move my head over. Got to review it, right? But let's move into Alex Ramosi. And like I said, this is the time where I got to meet him, so it's further in, but you'll get to see. Ooh, I didn't switch over cameras. 1 second, Judge. Welcome in, though. Hold up, we gotta give my man some welcome music. Welcome in. Pardon my tardy.
What the fuck do that?
Ooh. This for you, Judge. For Judge. All right. Let's get y'all to this video. Okay. Let's tap in.
So we are now officially in our apprenticeship, our digital apprenticeship, our virtual apprenticeship. Let us begin with attraction offers. So what is an attraction offer? The free versus discount continuum and the lineup. All right. So an attraction offer generates leads and converts them into customers. That's what it does. They turn advertising into money by offering something free or at a discount. We do this because everyone wants a great deal. In a great deal, customers get far more value than the price they pay.
Hold on, I'm sorry.
Strangers can only take your word on the value, but they absolutely understand the.
Judge, you said you saw the tag for what? DM. Wait a minute, what is this? Oh, I didn't know I had a game on here. Thank you, Judge. I appreciate you, brother. Yeah, so I definitely love. I'll be very honest. Daemon Ex Machina is dope. I was a fan of the first one, right? It's before we get into these attraction offers, and I'm a listen, Judge, because this is your first time in here. If you want to tap in with me, probably in about two or so hours, and we can play the demo. I would I love to play with you, brother. It wouldn't even be a problem. So and also, so I hold on. Let me before I get too far into it, because the one thing I'm pretty sure you want to ask about is whether you like the new Mac over the older style. I'm be genuinely honest. I like the fluidity of the new style of the gameplay, but I miss the bigger Mac. Genuinely, it's a little wonky because you have a small hitbox with the new Daemon Ex Machina, and it's very very weird because you have smaller enemies you have to fight than you would in the last one, and the enemies are just like all over the place. That's what they say, bro. But I didn't. They don't showcase it in the demo at all. Did you see the mech yourself? Because I seen that same. I genuinely saw that same picture that you might have seen snapshot, but I need to see genuine gameplay. If they don't got that genuine gameplay, judge. We can't fall for that, brother. We can't fall for the propaganda. How many of these games been lying to us? Oh, you a file diver? Do you code, Judge? Judge, you might have just came into the right place. You're making me feel like I'm having a great day, man. Judge, for you. Hey, damn, I need to have some music. What's something you like, Judge? So every time you come into the stream, bro, we're gonna get whatever sound bite you like. You code occasionally. So I'm learning Python right now. Just letting you know. You know what I'm saying? So I enjoy that a fellow coder is in the chat. But we're going to be talking money today because it's Money Monday. I actually game other times, but I can game later. If you want to get on, I'm on PS5. You see the big TV up here. I'm on PS5, and I think my code is Supreme Juice. But if you catch back the stream later, I will definitely play with you. Because I like the game, and I do want to like plug in some more time with it. So it's a demo out right now. So everything you do in the demo too gets carried over into the main game. So that's why it's worth it. But I want to get some more armors. You know, it's like you know what it reminds me of? It's like a Gundam Breakers or Gundam Breakers is probably like the best comparison, but it's better than Gundam Breakers for sure. Because Gundam Breakers, I was tired of those arenas and all of that good jazz. But yeah, man, let me get into these attraction offers, Judge. It was very, very great talking with you. I'm over here looking at the chat, so I'm just trying to make sure. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Oh, so you are playing it. Okay, so yeah, you're a tank. So I go for like a speedy build. So yeah, I got the wings and everything now. My armor just doesn't look to scale. That's what's really pissing me off. I don't want to be looking like piecemeal McGee, and I'm seeing people doing full sets, man. I guess I don't know where to hunt for them. Do you have only the singular? Well, it's like 3 biomes, right, on the one map. Or is there more biomes that I don't know about? Bro, we're nerding out, and I'm over here supposed to be talking about money right now. That's correct? Okay. It's more than 3 biomes. So yeah, I barely scratched the surface. But yeah, let's talk about attraction offers, because I do want to help you guys to. I don't know if you saw me on the other stream. I went and met Alex Hermosi. They are literally showing you the way. Oh, so it's one more I haven't seen. Okay. That's not too bad then. I thought I was like really behind. You know what I mean? But I'm doing a lot right now, so it's not a lot of time to game. But I'm giving myself more availability because I take this seriously, and if I'm even do it on a downtime, I'll game while streaming. You get what I mean? But yeah, if you want to make a deal with people and you want to attract the offer, or you want to understand how other people are thinking, you got to do this.
Price. For that reason, discounts make anything a great deal to just about anyone. And the greater the discount, the better the deal. So the greatest discount of all being free. So free to discount continue. This is a visual representation of what I alluded to earlier, but 100% off versus 0% off. So this is free. This is full price. And then this is the also lowest demand when you have full price versus highest demand, which is free.
How many slices you, hold on. You're my mouth's salivating because I'm hungry right now. I'm over here carb counting right now because it's cutting time. I'm in the gym cutting. So you're making me like, dang, I want a pizza. But bro, if you got 2 slices, save me a slice. Appreciate you. Next time, pieces on me.
The more you move this way, the higher the demand, the more you give off. Pretty much that's how it works. The lineup. So this is the lineup. These are the plays that I'm going to explain to you. We've got our win your money back, giveaways, decoy offer, buy X, get Y free, pay less now or pay more later, and then free with consumption. This one is not in the book, FYI. So with that being said, let us begin.
Okay, so these are the offers, and if you didn't understand those, winning your money back is just saying that you give them something, and then you're saying, well, best example is the gyms that people get the opportunity to come to the gym, and if you can get off X amount of pounds, 15 pounds, I believe, right? 15 pounds in 6 weeks, 8 weeks. I don't know if you guys know. If you can get it off in 8 weeks, boom, you get 100% of your money back. How many people do you think really get that done? Well, I'll be honest with you. It's probably around only 20 to 10%. So 20 to 10%, you're collecting all of that money, right? You're returning that money to just 20 to 10% of it. So the reason why you can do that is because you marked up your initial price insanely for the opportunity to get more gains in a shorter amount of time, which works well in a person's mind because you want to accomplish things in the shortest amount of time. And that's the funny thing I think about too, because people notice that they want to get things done fast, but they don't think about that they are going to eventually not have this life that we want to live. So you have to plan for the end too. You got to plan for the end of the road. But so back to the money stuff. You got to give free giveaways. So this having like samples, even having free extras on top of whatever they already are purchasing from you. So for example, if I'm like, hey, I'm Juice, and I'm giving you away this GoPro number 8. I wouldn't give you this one. This is really old. This is my personal. And with it comes a free pair of Meta Ray-Ban glasses and your own 3 deluxe mics made specifically from GoPro. You'll be jumping and drooling all over it because that is a streamer's dream set. And guess what? All you had to do was enter to win, right? Everybody wants to enter and win. Everybody wants to feel like the one. So give people what they are looking for, the feeling, the opportunity to win. And I even actually have a deal for you guys. I'm not selling anything just yet, but I do want to show you this. For the top 100 people that join into my content creator course, you will be entered in to win one of these. This is brand new. I just popped the tape a little bit though. But it's a GoPro number 2, brand new, unopened. As you can see, tape still intact because I wouldn't do you dirty like that. And I think it's important to establish that when you do for other people that you want to do the best for them. So like I said, if you join into my community, if you join into the content creator community that I'm creating, it's over on my school, over on YouTube. I'm going to be putting it up on Twitch right after this episode. If you join in now, the school will be free for you for the next 3 months. And there's also going to be an opportunity for it to be free for life. But you have to jump into the school today so that way you guys can see how you can obtain that free lifetime subscription. It's honestly not hard. It's really just going in there. I can't talk about it because I don't want to, get my stream cut. But if you can't click for like 2 minutes, I guess it is too hard then. Clicking the screen for 2 minutes is too hard for you. don't do it. But if you're willing to learn and you want to win some stuff, because this is not the only thing, it's going to be this Rodecaster. We have light rings. There will be mics too, the Rode mics, which you can connect to your Rodecaster wirelessly. And little did you know, right? I'm going to turn off one of my mics. I have another mic so that way, if I wanted to get up and still talk to you guys, you can still hear me. But I'm not even on the screen. You can't even see the mic, but I have it on my person at all times. So we'll be including that for you guys. So that way, if you want to do talking head videos where you're walking around, maybe around town with other folks, or you're going to do content where you want to do interviews, you'll have versatile mics. And I'll show you where the mic is too, so you can see. If you didn't see it before, it's right here behind my neck. But with all of that, like I said, join the school community, because the first 100 people that join in will be receiving this by, we won't do it at the end of this month. I'll do it at the end of October, because I'd want to give people some time to jump in there and have the opportunity. But like I said, 100 people, that can go quick. So if you don't do it today, we'll be talking about it every day that we're streaming. I will be going to Miami at the end of this week. So we will be streaming from there. I won't be stopping the streaming stuff. We'll be getting you all these money models. But let me continue. Like I said, if you want to get to the best type of content, I'll be telling you about cameras, telling you about what type of microphones really work and where you would be wasting your money, how to save yourself thousands and thousands of dollars, and how to be somebody who can walk anywhere and go into any place without any hassle. All right? So back to the money models, because I hope that you guys are taking notes, because I won't be going back to this, I don't think, because he's only giving this for a limited time, and I got to do some other research. Win your money back. Let's talk about it.
So we start with our very first money model in the book, which is an attraction offer, win your money back. So win your money back is one of these incredibly sexy offers that I start with because it's made me more money than any other offer that I'm going to show you. Let's dive in. We're going to go through how I learned it, the description, the examples, important points, and summary. All right, so this is my beautiful doodle that exemplifies what this is. So I was in this gym mastermind where I signed up before I had a gym because I wanted to learn about the gym business. And this guy, Danny, he said he had a client say no, and then said, well, I'll pay you $500 and you can train me one-on-one. And if I lose 20 pounds in 8 weeks, you give me the money back, but I'll let you use my, my pictures. And so, Danny was like, well, I'd rather take the money than not take the money. And so he did the deal. The dude got amazing results. And the thing is that once the guy got amazing results, he advertised the before and after of this dude, and he got like 13 more customers from advertising this guy's results. And so he started talking about that at this mastermind. We then took it at the gym that I was at with Sam, and we tried a 6-week version of it to shorten it. It was still one-on-one PT, personal training. And so then I had the idea of, hey, one, let's see if we run ads for this instead of just being like a thing that we tell our customers. And two, what if we made it large group instead of personal training? And so those two changes took this from this is a profitable thing to this being a money nuclear bomb.
See?
And so we then switched it to...
I was trying to just pause it for a second, but these are the things you have to switch your mindset from just being a customer and think about how are you sold, right? Because most things are a hard sell for most people. Most people don't want to go to the gym because they don't want to have to put out the extra energy to get their sales right. Most people don't want to buy random things that they don't need. But if you hear a good deal, most times you're willing to bend the rules just a little bit because it might not affect you too much.
Free and non-free versions with credit back and money back guarantees, which I'll explain in more detail. All right, so that's how I learned it. And it was an iteration. I mean, this was like a year, 2 years before we learned every single thing that I'm gonna share with you in like 8 or 10 minutes. So now that's how I learned it. Let's go into the description. All right, what does this thing even mean? So a win your money back offer works like this. So you set a goal for your customer and then you tell them how to reach it. And if they reach it, then they qualify to get their money back or get it back as store credit. And so there's kind of 3 versions of this. So version 1 is they bet that they're going to get results. They bet that they're going to take a certain set of actions, or they bet that they're going to do a combination of both. And so let's walk through each of them. So with results, no matter what they do, if the customer gets the result, then they win the money back. So for example, making X dollars a month, getting Y customers, losing Z pounds, so losing 20 pounds. You can starve yourself, not show up to anything, but if you lose 20 pounds, you get the money back, right? Basically, they bet on their ability to just reach the goal. The second version of this is that you hold them accountable to doing actions instead of getting results. So no matter what results they get, if the customer does what you tell them to, then they qualify to win their money back. So for example, they attend all sessions, calls, meetings, they log progress, they take pictures, they do assigned homework. They bet on their ability to follow directions. That's the bet. Or you do both, is that they have to both follow your directions and they have to get the goal. Now, the thing with both is oftentimes a customer doesn't have the skill to reach the goal.
And listen, this is exactly what I was saying in the 4 simple things. Even how he sells is just circumventing the 4 things that I let you guys know. If you don't have any idea what you're doing, you pay somebody else to give you an idea. Then you set a plan, then you execute and you review. Like what he's talking about is they give you a plan. If you don't execute yourself, and then when it's time to review, guess what? You don't get the money back that you originally thought that you were. All right, so make sure that you're tapping in and taking note.
Which is why giving them the directions and tying them both together can be important to getting them the best results possible. As an aside, you want to tie the actions that you require them to do to qualify for the refund with the actions that do 2 things. 1, that advertise your business, and 2, that get them the best results. All right, so what ends up happening with the Win Your Money Back offer is that it becomes a high cash flow choreographed onboarding. So if you currently onboard customers, then you're not getting paid for it. It's a cost to your business. And so I would rather make it a revenue generator for my business.
Yes, sir.
And so the nice thing is that it works even for people who don't come in for free offers. So this offer works so well, when people came in just because of the referrals and whatnot, I still gave them this offer because people got better results. They were more invested and it was fun. And so we got better results out of this than any other program. And so a lot of people think that we made the money on the people who didn't hit the goal. Couldn't be further from the truth. The people who didn't hit the goal, a lot of times they wouldn't necessarily want to become customers. We had 78% success rates of people hitting their goal. The magic was, again, I didn't wait till the end of their program anyways. I would be upselling them at 3 weeks into their 6-week thing. And so I'd say, hey, you're down 12 pounds. If you lose 8 more, you're gonna be happy forever? They would be like, no. And you're like, okay, well, you wanna lose 50, right? They're like, yeah. I'm like, okay, well, so you realize it's not about these 6 weeks. They say yes. I'm like, great, then you won the challenge, as far as I'm concerned. Because you realize it's about a lifestyle change, not a 6-week, weight loss thing. I just use that to get you in, but what I really want is for you to make this big change. And so if you're good with it, what I wanna do is take this money and I wanna give it to you back to you as though you've already won, and let's just credit towards the main goal you have. And so by doing that, we could take the short-term goal and flip it into the long-term goal. And so this particular model of acquisition, this offer, works well with businesses that require customers to do a lot in order to be successful. And so there's some businesses where like you work on the roof of the house gets fixed. There's really not a lot for the customer to do there. So the Win Your Money Back, not the right money model for that. If you have a business where someone has to take action in order to see results, this is very common in service businesses, sometimes even in software businesses. They need to onboard themselves, they need to put their information in, put their profile picture up, whatever it is. This structure murders. And so the bottom line is customers put money down. If they do the stuff or they get the result or both, they get it back as cash or store credit. That's how this works. So let's give some examples here. So if you have a rehab facility, it would be like the free Kick That Habit in 28-day blueprint, or free Kick That Habit, insert word. The suggestion: attend all your rehab sessions, post in the group once a week, journal daily in our app, attend your feedback session and your transformation session, which are both sales and upsell opportunities. So earlier I said, you want the actions they have to take to be things that get them results or things that advertise your business. The third category is sales appointments. And so you want it to be mandatory that they attend the upsell opportunities that you have. So remember earlier I showed the 5 different places? Then you make each of those places that they must attend. And so the result, maybe for these, might be like pass a urine test at the end in 28 days. That's the result. Like if they're clean, awesome, right? And so this would just be a pure results-based thing, okay? You could add in these pieces to make it action and results. Let's say in a pain relief business. So 28-day one-on-one pain relief program, fine. The commitment is that you attend all your rehab sessions, do your at-home stretches, post a picture in the group once a week when you're done, attend your feedback session and transformation session. Very similar. But now it's just about them doing that and not at all about having the pain relief. Because this is one that's a little bit more subjective. So it might be, unfortunately, people are not always ethical when it comes to their own money. And so we say, okay, them saying, well, I'm still a 10 out of 10 pain and please give me my money back. So this way, if you have them do all the stuff, that becomes the requirement for earning the money back. Example, marketing. So let's say you teach people how to market. You say, okay, free 5 clients, a 5-day challenge. The action you have to take is you have to send 100 outbound messages per day, attend the daily training, post in the group once you've done your homework. And the results is make 5 closes. And the goal is that you have to make 5 sales and you have to send the DMs. And if you do both, you get the thing back, the cash back, right? Now you're like, how does the free thing work? I'll explain how you can do free with money down. Important points. So when your money back works with new, current, and previous customers. So somebody who's new can come in and take this offer. You can just offer it to your existing customer base because a lot of them get really interested in it. You can use it with past customers. It works for any type of customer. It works well with people that start and quit stuff or services where people are required to do a lot of work. The key is that you have to have something else to offer on the back end that they can take that cash and credit towards. All right, so that $500 or whatever amount of money you want to charge for the thing, you then should have something that's 5 times more expensive on the back end so that they get a 20% discount on that by crediting it forward. Now, if you know that you're going to be giving a 20% discount, guess what you can do to your back end price if everyone comes in on your money back? You can raise it by 20% if every person comes in on that. If people don't come in on that, then that gets more difficult. And so the reason that people who came in via referral, I still put on the one year money back is because I knew my pricing and everything else was dictated off of this $500 credit I knew I was going to give them.
I hope that y'all are understanding that. If you aren't catching how he's a little bit of a fast talker, so I'm trying to break things down. What he's saying to you guys, if you give them the opportunity to win their money back, there are going to be exponentially more people wanting to sign up for whatever program. Like you said, even if you were doing a rehab thing, all you have to do is insert X objective, right? X idea, craft that plan that he just said, execute it and review. See what it is that's working. This man is A/B testing at a whole different level, and this is why he made a whole $100 million.
If you don't like the idea of giving
6-hour stream, if you could make $100 million in 6 hours, what would you do with it? I'm very curious in those chats. What would you do with a 6 times, even just $6 million
cash back? You can also advertise it as store credit. So once you get it, you can credit it forward. And so that does create, I would say, a longer term customer. It makes the free part different. And let me explain. The way that I made it legally free, at least within the laws of the United States, based on the counsel that I had, was that I had an unconditional money back guarantee. And so that was actually more important for me advertising free than the whole getting the money back, all of that stuff. It turns out, at least from the letter of the law, based on the people that I spoke with. And big. You really risk getting in trouble when you have upset customers. And so why my first rule of staying out of trouble is give someone their money back if they ask for it. It's not worth the risk. It's also just not worth the headache. Just give it back, go get another customer. That's it. All right. So I say, don't take blood money. Give refunds if they ask for it. But the unconditional guarantee basically gave me 2 different types of kind of guarantees. One was performance-based. If you do the stuff, I'll give you the money back. But I also said, I have a service guarantee, which is that if for any reason, by the end of this 6 weeks, you don't believe that I gave you $500 of service, I'll give you the money back even if you're at day 41 and 23 hours. And the thing is that closed a lot of people because they're like, okay, I was like, listen, the goal, I want to get you to stay long-term. So if you don't think that the service is worth it, you're not going to stay anyways. And so that made a lot of sense for people. And they're like, cool. So from a selling perspective, ask them if they want short or long-term goals. And you sell this as the kickstart to a long-term thing. And so you explain the benefit of giving external motivation to teach internal motivation. All right, these are all very vague and amorphous words, but in terms of selling, very effective. And so I would say, hey, When you were a kid, you probably had to have your mom say, hey, you got to go brush your teeth, Timmy. And you'd be like, and you go there and you brush your teeth, right?
So what would make
And
you
now that you're
want
an
to do
adult,
it?
do you brush your teeth? And they're like, yes. It's like, that's an example of something external being the reason for you doing an action until eventually the internal engine kicks off. That was my analogy. It's like,
If you have not been watching this episode, bro, I've been saying this exact same thing. What are you going to do to execute and master any damn thing? He's saying it, like he said, in obtuse words, words that are very fancy. But if you boil it all down, you got to do these 4 things. Simple as that. Sweet as pie and right as rain. I don't know why you got to complain, because this is all you got to do.
so that's exactly what we're going to use this money for in the beginning, to create a new habit. Now, our thing was 6 weeks. You probably heard 21 days to make a new habit. We double that length so that you can make this into a habit you stick with. We use the external to get you going, the internal to keep you going, right? And so that's the toothbrush story. Create habits that don't take effort. And that's what we try to build with these types of money models. And so, as an aside, when crediting the people on the back rolled into service over an extended period of time. So this is a pro tip. So for example, $600, I wouldn't say, great, now you have 3 months free. That didn't work. I did that for a year and it almost killed me. Instead, take the $600 and extend it over the year. So you say, great, so we're going to sign you up for this year-long membership. That's going to be $2,400. That's $200 a month. Take the $600 off. Now it's $1,800. Reverse it back out. So you're basically saving $50 a month by using $50 for that $600 credit for the whole year. And by doing that, I got the cash up front, and then they paid me again. How to create your win your money back criteria. So this is key. So these criteria make or break the offer. And so good criteria have these characteristics. Number one.
Hold on. So I just want to say, you see how he did that? He offered them, a lifestyle change. And that's what's really important. He offered them a better life, not just the opportunity to work out, because people don't want to work out, but they do want to have a better life. So what can you do to help them obtain it? He showed you that. With you helping them to obtain what it is that they want in their lives, you can then take it even further by offering them things that would help them in the progression of said dream idea. Okay, so example, like he would say, if you come to the gym, you do XYZ workouts, you pay that exuberant price. He's also charging you for, he said, supplements, probably the activity drinks, protein powder, all the other stuff that you feel like is healthy. They got pretty much a pharmacy beside the damn gym. And so that's now two sources of income that typically would have just been one. Let's let this rock, though, because I hope that you guys are taking notes. I see we got 2 over on YouTube. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you guys dearly. I'm not sure about Twitch because I got the video in front of me, but we're going to jump back into this.
One is they're easy to track. So you want to train them on exactly what they need to do, or they will mess up. All right. Bonus points if people already do it. For example, phones already track steps. That's something that if you can use that, then that would be an easy thing that they already do. Word processors, for example, already track word count. Cameras automatically date photos. So these are all things that already occur. And so the more magical you can make the tracking, the easier it is for them. The second thing is that you want customers to track stuff that is likely to get them results. And realistic criteria do just that. So if you think the criteria look too easy, you've probably got close to realistic, all right? They may take a few times to get right, but so does anything worth doing, all right?
Yes.
So for example, it could be, attend meetings, workouts, watch videos, etc. Just whatever the stuff the best customers do to get the results, make everyone do it on purpose. So this is the process. You do this in the beginning and have no idea. You then find people who get results. You look at what they did. Then you say, everybody has to do the stuff that the best people did. And then you do it again. You look at the people who did the best results of that stuff. And you say, great, everybody has to do that stuff. And you look for the common factors of the fewest things they all did, not everything they all did.
Yes. So listen. So this is something else that I learned from him, talking to him one-on-one. This is like he would say to the 7-20-10 rule. It is a rule that will take you exponentially better to become a master at absolutely anything that you want to learn. And I don't even think that he created it, but you do 70% of what's already working in this world. people how they sell, what they're doing, who they sell to, what it is that they do to distribute, how they advertise. If you have all of those things in knowledge, then you already have majority of the game already up under your feet. Then 20% is you doing your own thing that people are liking already, right? So like myself, I talk about celebrities from time to time. Don't like it too much, but I will do it because that is what my audience wishes to see. So from time to time, we'll be talking about Diddy and other people like that. And then that last 10 is trying out something new so that you never stay stagnant. That last 10% is where all of us want to be able to do something brand new and people just love it. But guess what? Even Drewski did one thing until he got big enough that he had his own TV show and all this other stuff. Same with Castanet. Same with pretty much anybody. You didn't even know Harrison Ford until he did Star Wars. Tell me about that. I'm going to let this rock, though.
And the third is advertising the business. And I'll have two parts of this. So one is advertising publicly. The other is you basically selling, being able to sell them. All right. So I like using this as criteria. So that means that like when you work out at my gym, you have to post it publicly. Now that means that if every person's working out 3 times a week over 6 weeks, I'm going to get 18 free organic posts from 100 people. I'm going to get 1,800 organic posts in a tiny market, all saying the same words that I told them to say with a link to our thing. And guess what would happen? We got more customers. And at the end, what would they have to do? Post a picture of their before and after. And then when they post the picture before and after, guess what that did? Brought more customers. And guess what that also did? More people would comment on all their posts and they had to tag me in it. And so I could have all of these leads across all these comments of all these people who liked and said, that's amazing. What gym is that? Whatever. So they tag me, they tag my business, and then they had the copy that they had to follow for the structure for those posts. Again, you're going to give them their money back. So you can have some stuff that's in it for you. And this kind of falls under the reason why. Because we were like, why are you doing this? If you give all the money back, because again, the person who's buying this should believe they're going to get the money back because they believe they're going to follow through with it. So like, what's in it for you? And you're like, dude, I'm going to get way more customers than you. 2 things. I want you to stay and I want you to bring me friends. And if I get you results, you're going to stay and you're going to bring me friends. That's how this works. The fourth piece here, which is kind of like part 2 of the advertising, is that you include the sales appointments because that's going to allow you to get referrals, get testimonials for the before and after pictures, and then obviously upsell your other levels of service. So here's how you apply the store credit. This is important. So when customers win their money back, offer to apply it over a longer period of time or a bulk package. So it doesn't like you can have them prepay for a year and have them take it off. I usually have stuff that's 5 times more expensive as the upsell off the front end. That way the max I give is like 20% off. All right. That's if I didn't change my price. Ideally, like I said earlier, I bump it by 20%. In my experience, this keeps customers engaged and makes you more money. Because if you just give it for free, I notice that people, I hate the quote, but in this particular example, if people didn't pay for the membership, they stopped coming if they just used off credit. And then when their first real bill came, they'd be like, I'm good. But if they had to start paying even at a discount, they ended up coming, they kept coming, right? And that was the thing that I found out. Because if you have a business where it takes work for someone to do it, then it's like you want to have them have some skin in the game. And that was actually the term I used in the sale. I'd be like, we need you to have some skin in the game. And I also told the story I just told. So we were like, why don't you do it up front? I'd be like, because honestly, when I did it up front, people didn't come. And you want this to work. I want this to work for you. So I'm happy to give you the discount and apply. So you're still gonna get this money. We're just gonna put it over for a longer period of time so that you stick with this. Because that's what you're right. That's what you want, right? Okay, cool. Now if someone's like, well, I want the free time and I'm definitely gonna stay, then it's like, cool, then sign up for a year. Like, if you know you're going to stay, then don't worry about it. Sign up for a year. I'll give you the first 3 months for free. This is how it works math-wise. So you have a product that costs, let's say, $200 a month. A customer wins $600 of credit. Avoid giving them that stuff up front. Instead, apply the $600 over 12 months. So 600 divided by 12 is $50 a month. They now pay 200 minus 50, which is $150 per month. All right. So to be clear, they can use the credit however they want. It is up to them. If you want to be ethical and comply with advertising rules and promises, they can use it however they want. I recommend presenting this offer first. Right? That way they can use it. And then I share the experience I just shared. Right? And so in-depth details of the upsell offer are actually in the rollover upsell, which is later in this training. So I'll just leave it at that because this is more offer structure. The upsell stuff comes later. All right. So all meetings and calls provide opportunities to make more offers. So make every single meeting that you have with a customer an opportunity to present an offer. All right. And so make check-in meetings part of your money back criteria whenever you can. Make all meetings required to win their money back.
Let me know if any of these parts are going too fast for you guys. If you need me to slow down, because the man does, speaks a little quick. And I know that some people need some time to really take notes on what's going on. Listen, nobody else is really sharing y'all exactly what I'm sharing y'all. Most people are regurgitating the information and trying to give it to you a little bit different in their layman's, but I want y'all to see the real thing 100%, and then we can talk about it and do our own thing, because from here, we to the moon, baby.
That beyond helping them succeed, they're also the best opportunities to make upsell offers. So after you've checked in, offer what makes sense based on their feedback. And so these are the 3 appointments I had. So we had nutrition orientation, which was our before pictures, and that's where I sold supplements. Then we had our progress check-in, which I made my membership offer, like, hey, commit to staying for the next year. Then I had my transformation feedback, which is their after meeting, where I would get after pictures, and then I would make the membership offer again to anybody who hadn't already bought, and to the people who had bought, I offered them to prepay it. Here's another pro tip for you. Make everybody a winner. All right, so you know this, they don't know this, and I don't sell this up front. You do not mention this in the first sale. The reason I made everyone a winner is that about halfway through, you make your next offer as though they already won. All right, and so you lower the customer's anxiety about failing, and then you'll keep them longer. They'll also love you more. And so this is what I would say. Hey, I know you're trying to hit the short-term goal, but what's your long-term goal? Okay, that's great to hear. You get that this isn't about this program, but about your long-term results. So I'll tell you what, to show you how much I want you to hit that long-term goal, I'll credit this program towards the other one, whether you hit the short-term goal or not. How's that sound? So now I actually get them to buy by reducing their risk of losing the money they agreed to risk. So I say you won the bet without having to win because you get the long-term goal. So it's actually a risk reduction sale if positioned properly. And so at the end of the program, let the losers win. So if someone refuses the upsell and then still fails the challenge, you can still upsell them again. And the way you do that is by acting like they won. So I would say something like this. I would say, don't worry about it. You started. That's the biggest victory of all. And even though you didn't hit your short-term goal, you met ours. So here's the key. Even though you didn't hit your goal, you met my goal, right? Which was finishing what you started. All right, so to show you that we're in this for the long haul, I'll credit your entire deposit towards staying with us long-term, that you still get your money back, you still hit your goal. How does that sound? And so now they're like, wow, these guys are great. And so, no, the point was not to get people to fail. The point is to get people to succeed, get them to finish, get some momentum, and then credit towards a longer-term relationship. So those are the important points. Does that feel like that has a little bit more context to how to make this work? Yes? All right, so quick summary. Winning your money back offer rocks because you get loads of offer cash. You get more customers to say yes than you would before. You get massive amounts of results for customers. You get more long-term customers. They advertise your offer for you. That gets you even more customers. And make the meetings a part of getting the deposit back and get great results for them. And everyone thinks this business makes money based on the people who fail the program. No, the real money is from the people who succeed with it. And you have something else to offer them. So trust me on this one. The more results you deliver, the more money you will make. Think long. And so make the refund criteria easy to track, align with customer goals, and helpful for the business. Only use a win your money back offer if your refund rate is less than 5%. Otherwise, you need to fix your product before doing this because you will risk getting too many refunds. I also added my unconditional guarantee to make sure that I was super compliant. If anyone ever wanted the money back, I just gave it back to them. By the way, by me offering that unconditional, just to give you some context, over 4,000 plus sales and 5 years, I gave 2 back. 4 unconditional. People winning and then wanting to take the winning and leave or whatever, like things like that, sure. But people who said, I didn't think I got the service, there was 2. And I shouldn't have sold those people. I arm wrestled them to get them to buy. Put the store credit towards another preferably more expensive offer that you want them to stay as customers, so give them the opportunity to. You never want people to stop paying you. That's the key point of this whole offer. And to make more sales and keep more customers, make everybody a winner. That way, everyone stays surprised and grateful when you make your upsell offer. So now my upsell offer is this amazing thing that they're grateful for, me making the offer, rather than this other opportunity to sell them. That is the win your money back money model.
All right, y'all. So those are just 2 of these money models, and I don't think I'm going to be able to do too much more. I got to go to a meeting in about 10 minutes. So I think we're going to end this one out. Let me see how long the next one is. If it's just under 10, we might do it. No, it's 25. So, yeah, we're not going to do this one today. I just want you guys to know, though, I hope that you are going to succeed in everything that you want. I hope that you took a note of these 4 simple things to master anything. I know that this is a Money Monday. We've titled it a little bit different than usual. But as always, my good people, live as long as you want, never want as long as you live, and always squeeze the best juice out of life. Peace. Oh, and before I get up out of here, make sure you guys tap in with the school if you're trying to learn how to become a content creator and you want the full ins and out. Like literally, all I do is sit in here. Hold on, where's my book? And read books. Oh, it's right in front of me, looking around. If you want to learn all the secrets to content creation, flipping what you know to make not just a little bit of money, but big money, make sure you tap in with your boy Juice because we're going up with this content creation thing and it's going to be absolutely insane. For those who miss out, I don't give a damn because I ain't want you anyway. We only want the people who's going up. The 1% don't mess around with the rest of them. And if you don't like capitalism, yes, this is not the place for you to be. I hope that you find what you are looking for in other places. I'm not a capitalist myself, but I don't want to be sitting around waiting for somebody to give me a handout. And with that being said, now I will do my sound out. And as always, my good people, please live as long as you want, never want as long as you live, and always squeeze that best juice out of life.